read my fan fiction. It's a story where Thor and Hulk decide to learn ice skating.
I'm sorry, but we're not allowed to accept unsolicited material.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the crossovers that satisfied TV viewers after years of anticipation. For this list, we're taking a look at TV show collabs that fans theorized would eventually happen due to similar themes, shared universes, or the shows airing on the same network.
Take it! What? The green machine has gone clean!
Thanks, Leonardo. I believe you this time.
Number 10, The Defenders, the Marvel Cinematic Universe television series. One episode just isn't enough to do this team-up justice, so they got a whole series instead. As the culmination of the Marvel Netflix shows, this miniseries took the stars of 4 different shows and put them into one action-packed sucker punch of a season.
Jessica?
Luke,
How you been?
long story.
We have to get out of here.
Who's he?
That's right, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Iron Fist all in one. Since the characters were already developed, The Defenders hits the ground running with some extraordinary fight scenes and dramatic plot lines. Plus, who doesn't love seeing Sigourney Weaver play a villain?
If we speed the process, it will not be quiet.
I'm aware.
The excellent cast chemistry and higher stakes meant this mini Avengers team truly assembled. Number 9, That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana. That's So Raven, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Hannah Montana. Long before the Avengers assembled on the big screen, this was the Disney crossover that had every kid talking.
What's wrong with that? Why? Just do it. Of course I'll do it.
The Disney Channel's first live-action crossover commenced with That's So Raven, as the titular psychic drops by the Tipton Hotel. She naturally crosses paths with Zack and Cody, who help Raven pull off a photo shoot.
How does it feel to be in America?
No! You may not speak to the boys. They do not speak the same English as you. They speak another form of language you do not know.
Raven tries to return the favor in the crossover's second act, although her visions cannot prevent a disastrous surprise party. The crossover ends with Hannah Montana checking into the Tipton, rounding out an awesome ensemble piece with no shortage of laughs and music. The Disney Channel universe continued to expand 3 years later when the Wizards of Waverly Place wound up on deck with Zack, Cody, and Hannah. Number 8, the CSI Trilogy. CSI Miami, CSI New York, and CSI Crime Scene Investigation.
It'd be very difficult to say without first taking a look at the evidence.
We'd love another set of eyes on it.
I'll be there as soon as I can.
Across 3 shows, 3 cities, and 1 very nasty homicide, this multi-part case proved nothing is more gripping than a fictional crime scene. Though it aired as one continuous story, the most impressive aspect of this crossover is how well each show managed to sustain its own unique relationships and conflicts. The distinct visual identity and flashy transitions from each episode are all still intact. It's just that the case doesn't wrap up in tidy fashion like you would expect. Instead of going for bigger, this keeps things intimate by almost solely relying on Lawrence Fishburne to hold the sprawling cold case together.
How can I go back after everything that's happened?
All you have to do is walk through the door.
As expected, he does it without breaking a sweat. Number 7, Stephanie Gets Framed, Full House and Family Matters. Steve Urkel not only stole the show on Family Matters, but also this episode of Full House.
How annoying could one kid be?
In San Francisco for a science fair, an unwelcome Urkel visits the Tanner household. It only takes a couple of minutes of cheese talk until Jesse and Danny decide that they've had enough.
And it's a strut, and it's cool, and it's a strut, and it's cool like that, see?
Very inspiring.
All right.
After he teaches Michelle about money matters, Urkel does pass on some insightful advice to Stephanie, who is insecure about her new glasses, which she never wears again anyway.
As good as I look now. See how studlier I become.
The only downside? Why didn't Urkel and Kimmy Gibbler share any scenes? They were totally meant for each other. Number 6, I Done, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Diff'rent Strokes, and The Jeffersons. The final episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air not only saw the departure of the Banks family, but also the return of some other beloved TV families.
Champagne! Oh, great. I love champagne.
With the Bel Air mansion up for sale, several familiar faces drop by for the bank's open house in the episode I Done.
Come on, shake a leg. We gotta get into that Universal tour and see the backdraft ride.
Oh, then you should probably leave now before the fire goes out.
Oh, believe me, Will, the fire went out a long time ago.
Over 10 years after going off the air, Arnold Jackson and Mr. Drummond from Diff'rent Strokes reappear to check out the home and deliver some classic one-liners.
At night, you can hear the wailing of the dead.
What you talking about, Will?
The bank's residence ultimately goes to George and Louise Jefferson, though, who are ready to move on up again.
We have a buyer!
A couple, the Jeffersons.
Number 5. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, and more. Whew, talk about a lineup. The CW spent nearly a decade assembling a Justice League of sorts on the small screen, and it paid off with one of the most ambitious crossovers of all time.
Holy all-star squadron. Hi, how are you? Ralph Dibny, elongated man, ready to help kick butt.
Ignore him. It's his first crossover.
A staggering 5 shows joined forces for one epic supersized saga. And they weren't even the only ones. The multiversal storyline allowed cameos from every corner of the DC universe. And the scale of the conflict is totally worth the effort.
He sacrificed everything for this new world, and we will not fail him. We will not fail this world.
High-stakes action and a truly outstanding roster of characters makes this feel like a comic book in the best way possible. This is more than a love letter to the Arrowverse. It is a celebration of everything DC does best. Number 4. The Time Ball Saga. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Boy Meets World, You Wish, and Teen Angel. For the 97-98 season, ABC was desperate to carry over the success of Sabrina and Boy Meets World to its new TGIF shows.
Oh, I don't feel so good. Maybe I should have chewed that thing. I'm too full to lick myself, so maybe I should just watch a little TV.
That's how this 4-way crossover originated. The story saw Sabrina's black cat swallow a time ball in the first show of the night.
You know, I wonder what it was like during World War II.
And away we go!
For the rest of the evening, Salem ran through the other sitcoms, thrusting them into new and exciting eras.
I'm having a blast. We don't have to go to class. Everyone hates Libby, and except for the fact that a few people smell, this era rocks.
Sabrina traveled to the 60s, Boy Meets World went to World War II, You Wish was in the 50s, and Teen Angel ended up dancing disco.
Wanna do the bump?
I think in any decade the answer would be no.
An ambitious crossover, yes. It's up to you to decide if it succeeded.
Now that the war's over, what are you gonna do about Topanga?
I'm gonna pop the question all over again.
You got moxie, kid.
Number 3. Shell Shocked, Power Rangers in Space, and Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. In the 90s, the Power Rangers and the TMNT were two of the most marketable kid-friendly franchises.
Even if they did exist, why would we want to destroy them?
Because, as of now, you work for me.
I don't think so.
And these martial arts series finally collided in the 6th season Power Rangers episode Shell Shocked, where the heroes in a half shell are brainwashed by Astronema and turn evil.
You want Rangers? You gotta go through turtles.
Mutants!
Well, at least you got that right.
As you can imagine, they come out of it and partner with the Rangers to battle the manipulative Princess of Evil.
What are those things? I can't believe it, but I think they're...
It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
Through adult eyes, this crossover might seem bizarre, cheesy, or just dumb. But the 8-year-old in all of us cannot help but be sucked in, seeing two of the defining things from our childhoods kicking ass side by side.
There's something I really would like to do. Just once, before I go. Name it.
Number 2. The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. The Jetsons and the Flintstones.
Hold still, Dino!
While Hanna-Barbera wasn't the first studio to experiment with crossovers, the 1987 TV movie The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones certainly popularized the concept.
How about that, Fred? I never heard a tin can talk before.
It's actually surprising Hanna-Barbera took so long to bring television's definitive prehistoric family and ultimate futuristic family together.
Now, son, I know this is difficult for you.
Heck no, he's doing all the work.
At last, somebody who appreciates me.
They completely delivered, however, in a blast from the future and the past made possible by Elroy Jetson's time machine.
What is it?
It's my time travel machine.
You're right, I don't believe it works.
Then how do you explain this?
This union of cartoon royalty offers a lot of the creative comedic scenarios both shows were known for, as well as loads of heart.
Don't hold food over the Pigosaurus disposal.
Was that Jane?
Over 30 years later, it is still the crossover to beat all crossovers.
Big Rock, we're on our way. We can't wait to get home. Come on, George. Bye, Fred. Barn.
So long, Wilma. Bye, Betty. See you around, Reno.
Bye.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Simpsons Guy, Family Guy, and The Simpsons.
Intellectual theft! What do you have to say about that, Griffin? Go!
There was so much hype leading up to this Family Guy episode that it's not surprising the initial viewer response was mixed. But The Simpsons Guy is truly a classic in the making that delivers everything one could want from a Family Guy Simpsons crossover.
Oh my god, that was great!
The Griffin's trip to Springfield provides one great laugh after another, full of awe-inspired animation and ingenious references.
You lived in Springfield? Yeah, I worked at the Quickie Mart, researching a role.
The best part is just seeing these classic characters interact, as Bart raises hell with Stewie, James Woods meets James Woods, and Homer chicken fights Peter.
Worst chicken fight ever.
Oh, and Fred Flintstone calls everybody out as a ripoff.
If you ask me, neither of these beers is wholly original. They're both pale imitations of my favorite beer, Bud Rock.
Which current shows do you most want to see crossover? Let us know in the comments. Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.